Okay, we're here in San Antonio. This is... We're now here in San Antonio. This is August the...
God, please lift the curse of independence that has afflicted women. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? 2014. It's 2014. Keep your shit out of the courthouse. Keep your shit out of the courthouse. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to tell the story. It's time to tell the story of the women. Of the women. Before abortion was legal in this country. Before abortion was legal in this country. Who died? Who died? From illegal abortion. From illegal abortion. It's time to tell the story. It's time to tell the story of the thousands and thousands of women. Of the thousands and thousands of women who had abortion. Who had abortion. When it was legal. When it was legal. And don't regret it. And don't regret it. We met a woman the other day. We met a woman the other day. She got pregnant with twins. She got pregnant with twins. She gave birth to those twins. She gave birth to those twins. She loves those twins. She found herself in an abusive relationship. She got pregnant again. With 4 twins.
Did you get some video? Yeah. Awesome. That'd be great. Are you gonna take any still shots or just this? Hey, so
You would have been shackled to a man. You would have been shackled to a man. Who called her a bitch daily? Who called her a bitch daily? Slapped her around. Slapped her around. What do you want to do for that woman? What do you want to do for that woman? You want to do nothing for that woman. You want to do nothing for that woman. Say babies from rape are a gift from God? You want to say babies from rape are a gift from God? Fuck you. Fuck you. We want to put this movement. We want to put this movement. The anti-abortion movement. The anti-abortion movement. The whole women-hating program. The whole women-hating program. In the pages of history. In the pages of history. Way back in the dusty pages. Way back in the dusty pages. Where it belongs. Where it belongs. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Until many more people. Until many more people. Stand up. Stand up. Fight back. Fight back. Tell your story. Tell your story. And know. And know. That you are speaking for millions. That you are speaking for millions. The anti-abortion voice. The anti-abortion voice has been too loud. Has been too loud. For too long. For too long. We need a national counteroffensive. We need a national counteroffensive. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. Right now. Right now. Women in Texas. Women in Texas. Women in Mississippi. Women in Mississippi. Women in North Dakota. Women in North Dakota. Women in Arkansas. Women in Arkansas. Are stranded. Are stranded. Without options. Without options. Driven to desperate measures. Driven to desperate measures. Or forced into motherhood. Forced into motherhood. Forced motherhood is female enslavement. Forced motherhood is female enslavement. There is nothing moral. There is nothing moral about female enslavement. About female enslavement. If you're pro-choice. If you're pro-choice. And you've been told to stay quiet. And you've been told to stay quiet. Or to be reasonable. Or to be reasonable. Or to take it slow. Or to take it slow. Or to not use the word abortion. Or to not use the word abortion. You need to cast that shit off. You need to cast that shit off. You need to argue with people. You need to argue with people. If we don't get loud now. If we don't get loud now. If we don't confront this now. If we don't confront this now. They're winning. They're winning. They will win. They will win. The right to abortion. The right to abortion is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. This is abundantly clear. This is abundantly clear. There's been 300 restrictions against abortion. There's been 300 restrictions against abortion. In the last 3 years. In the last 3 years. The forced closure. The forced closure. Dozens of clinics. 6 states. 6 states. With 1 clinic left. With 1 clinic left. And here in Texas. And here in Texas. Precedents will be set. Precedents will be set. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. That the potential life of a fetus. That the potential life of a fetus is worth more. Is worth more than the life of a woman. Than the life of a woman. A woman consciousness. A woman with relationships. A woman with relationships. A woman with memory. A woman with memory. A woman with a social existence. A woman with a social existence. Guess what? Guess what? A fetus doesn't have any of that. A fetus doesn't have any of that. Most abortions are provided in the first trimester. You have a cortex. Scientists across this country have debunked the lies of the anti-abortion movement. And yet, these people maintain legitimacy. This government has given them legitimacy. This government has said, based on our name, written by slave owners.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, what kind of government does that to be? What kind of government
Yeah.
reduces women down to the worth of their reproductive organs. Just treats them like a life support system. Or a future being. The life of a fetus. Is not worth more. Than the life of a woman. It's not selfish to have an abortion. It's not irresponsible. If you want a child, have a child. If you don't want a child, if you can't care for a child, abortion is the responsible choice. A child is not a consequence. All of the punishment towards women in the Old Testament needs to be left in history. But this is being revived. The dehumanization of women is being legalized. Is being codified. Is being normalized. And most of the nation doesn't know that it's happening. There is a national strategy of the anti-abortion movement, which targets red states, which starts with third trimester banning abortion. The objective of this movement is to abolish abortion. Rick Perry has said, my goal is to make abortion a thing of the past. That's not legitimate. That's not acceptable. That's not a moral statement. That's a condemnation. To millions of women. To future generations. And if we don't stand up now, this will be hard to impossible. To reverse. This is being legalized. This is being normalized. This is being accepted. And we don't accept this shit. Because women are full human beings.
We have to assist you in that moment of silence.